What's this project, sir?
I have to make a shock mount, an upper shock mount for these coilovers. And I welded this bar particularly across here so I could do it. These are off of an old Land Cruiser, which I put extended shock mounts on. So now I'm going to bandsaw these off at the right angle, hopefully.
Okay.
And then weld them on. So then I have an upper shock mount that is braced off the roll bar and off the rear engine brace. So it should be strong. So
you don't have to see an orthodontist for those braces.
Nope. You just have to see Mr. Lincoln welder.
Oh yes.
Okay, so I have two of these. I will decide quickly the angle, so I need to be that way. Let me mark that with this. Okay. So I'm going to try and find a sharper marking device. And luckily these have a lot of old dirt on them so I can mark them through. So that's the angle I want.
Okay.
And then
what do we say that angle is? Oh, I'm gonna guess
it's way too much actually, but okay. All right, let me redo that.
Oh, I see the angle. I see the
okay, so
whoops.
That's all right. Okay. So this is more of the angle I want.
Kids, get your protractors.
Like that. Probably, if you look at that, probably
You're gonna bring your hand
30 degrees. I'm thinking, now that I've marked it up enough to where you can't tell the correct one.
Oh yeah, okay, so it's like this one and then that one.
Yeah. I mean, this does pivot. I can turn it. So, in fact, maybe I should just do it straight so I don't have to think so much. Well, I guess I'll decide when I start cutting. It's kind of how I roll.
That's kind of how I roll, bar.
That's correct. Okay. Now, let's get out of this wicked little corner. Okay. If anyone's wondering, that's an Odyssey frame, an FL250 Odyssey in the middle. This is of I believe a Suzuki or a Kawasaki KSF 250 quad. That's where I got the A-arms. I used some roll bars that I had to extend the Odyssey frame to make a two-person vehicle.
Ah.
So
that is odd to see.
It is odd to see. So the steering I'm going to move to about right here.
Okay.
This piece.
No, we're not. We're doing American sided.
Yeah.
Not the. No.
Yeah,
okay.
we're doing.
This won't be driven in the Outback.
No, I am going to use, I have some steel that I will complete this dash with, and then I'm going to make a wood dash that's covered in foam and then black Naga hide. I think it would look really nice. That's one of the end projects. The steering will be something I will be doing soon. It is linked up, but very loosely right now. And it has front disc brakes, one at each side, and in the rear, one disc brake stops the complete axle because the differential, there is no differential. It's one solid axle, so it only needs one brake. So I will plumb the whole thing with hydraulics at a later date. And at some point I'll have to flip this baby over so I can weld some stuff on the bottom, or at least stand it on its side. But I'll deal with that when the time comes.
Bandsaw!
I'm gonna try, this is a tough thing to do with this, so film closely in case I lose something.
Okay, do I need eye protection?
Let me make sure everything's plugged in and that my fuse isn't blown.
Is that how you cut turkey?
Huh?
We should cut a turkey with that. Just
with my bandsaw. Hey, actually, maybe I should use this. It'll be more safe because I can clamp it. That way I don't have to hold it up against the bandsaw.
What is that?
That would be a steel chop saw.
Chop saw?
Yeah.
Okay.
A radial chop saw. It's gonna be loud. Let's hit these straight on.
Looking to prop it up? Or?
Just to be a wedge so it doesn't fold on me.
I gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because it's hard to cut through a big flat piece like that when it's sideways. It's easier to cut through a thin
makes sense.
piece. So if I go around like that, I should be able to get through it pretty okay. So that worked. It went pretty quick, straight through the side.
Yeah. Ooh, what temperature is that?
It's getting warm.
Oh yeah, here, stop. So check it out. We got this newbie infrared thermometer. And it's got a little laser, a little infrared. There's the laser, that's the infrared. We'll see what temperature this is right over here. So I'm gonna take temperature reading of right here.
Yeah.
74.1. Now we'll take a reading of, so we got, so check this out. We go from 80, this is about 100 degrees right there. And as we track up, 101, 120, 130, 115, but I'm hitting different spots. 181, 182. You think that's the highest temperature right around there?
Go into the cut in the middle, get that laser in there. In the center where it holds heat. 172.
So we hit 180.
Max 182.
Yeah, and then the blade itself.
That shouldn't be bad.
That cooled off.
Yeah, it should cool.
I mean, so
I believe if you check the temperature as soon as I stop cutting.
Oh, we'll do that. Okay, so we got this FLIR camera set up, and it's connected to the phone, and we're just gonna, you know, for funsies.
What temperature do we have?
It's freaking awesome. Yeah, so that was about 206. I think was the top of the reading there. Top of the morning. Governor.
It would have been more dangerous to do with the band saw, but it probably would have been much faster. That might work.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah. 55 degrees Celsius.
Huh.
We got a little smoke going on there. Look at all that smoke.
Wow.
Jeez.
That's amazing.
Oh, jeez, man. Are you okay?
Wow, that's hot. Oh, dude, I did good. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, so those are matching up.
But like except that one's got a little trimming to do. I'm gonna trim off a bunch to round it out. I'm wondering how much I could do like this. Do not put that on the film.
Why not?
Because I'll have a million people telling me I'm an idiot.
Oh, that's what you want then.
that's slow. We're gonna do it the Mega Man way. With my Insano grinder. I just need a good metal bit. You want to see a cool hammer? Check that out.
Wow, MC.
Oh,
What's that for?
I don't know, but I use it for metalworking and stuff.
It's cool. Oh, is this from, this is supposed to be like a cylinder or
Of course, this is one of my favorite hammers. This is handmade.
Thor, look at that.
That is a good metal hammer for pounding steel. You should have look at with my arms.
Oh yeah, your big beefy arms.
Yeah, but the scars.
Okay.
That would be ridiculous, dude.
Yeah, no, we're doing ridiculous things. We're gonna grind off this piece right here with
yes,
just a hand grinder. And because you want
a 4.5 inch angle grinder, normally they have a guard.
Ankle grinder.
Use your guard. Do not take your guard off.
Your guard's off.
I have been trained how to do this without a guard. I am a professional.
And so, hey, so you can see out of your Michael Myers mask.
I can see.
But why? Because isn't the
flash some light? Yeah. It auto darkens.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty cool.
So where did you get that? And
I have a couple of these. I got them at Harbor Freight. They're cheap. They're 50 and under. They work fine for me. A lot of people like to spend a few hundred and get a decent one. Not me. And I'm working on getting other things, like a MIG welder. I really want a MIG welder. And my buddy that lives over here has one that he never uses. And I'm trying to get it from him, but he wants my motorcycle. And I don't know if I want to trade my motorcycle yet. My TT 225 Yamaha dirt bike. Okay, I'm cutting. What I'm trying to do here, and I still need to fix that, but is make this fit on a pipe like such. So I need to take this part down to be more slanted like that, and then it will fit.
So it's cradling it, yeah?
Yes. I do not have, I forget what they're called, a tubing notcher, but that would work on this. It's a circular cut. I have hole saws, but there's no way to hold that and actually do a circular cut. So I have to sit here and use a grinder. I have no choice.
Oh my God, that's so hot!
Yep. What I'm trying to do is that.
Yeah.
So that it'll be on a pipe.
Yeah, so we get maximum
and it's
area.
Okay. It's okay if there's gaps in space because that gives me
welding spots.
Welding spots.
Okay. Yeah, and then so if you maximize surface area attachment, that just creates the strongest possible bond. So if you just took something flat like that and you tried to weld it,
I would have to fill in these huge triangular shaped things. It just wouldn't be good.
Yeah.
It's possible.
It'd be shite.
It's totally possible, but it's a lot of welding for no reason. Okay.
Protecting the engine, yeah?
Yeepers. Watch your eyeballs.
Yep.
It's hard not to get tangled up in here.
And you were just taking off a little fragment that was getting in your way, huh?
Yeah. When I tacked it on here, it left a little bulge of weld that was keeping me from getting it in the right spot.
And tacking on is temporarily or initially.
Yeah.
Getting it to stick.
It's just getting it in the right spot before you start seriously attaching it.
Oh, got it. Makes sense.
I also need to do one more thing. This angle right here is causing it not to sit correctly, so I need to take that down.
Nope.
I ground out some steel so I can get a contact point.
Okay, good.
I grounded out the clamp for the welder.
Okay.
Put your helmet down.
Bam.
You'll be able to see. Okay. Now I'm going to tack this on here.
Okay.
Right there. Mine is not set to weld.
Mine went
there.
completely black.
Yep, mine did not. Here we go. Let me check my settings. Something's wrong here. It's either the ground is bad or one of those. Okay. Let me check my wire. I'm going to clamp it directly to this piece though.
Okay. Oh yeah, closer to it, huh?
Yeah, so that might be a dirty piece of steel that I was clamped to.
Fucking dirty steel.
I'm going to hit this one here.
I'm good. Oh, weird.
Okay, I blew a fuse. So after you clean that off, you can actually see the welds. I'm going to try and get... It could be, yeah. But it could be the paint that's on this. But I should be able to blow through it. I'm going to try and hit this top part.
With welding?
Yeah.
Weld the top part there.
I should have ground it off. See how clean it is now? It's going to weld better. I'm going to get this one all solid, then I'm going to do the other one and try and match exactly what I did over here. Ready?
Yep. Yeah, so, ow, oh shit! We're not getting the ka-chunk, 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 which was likely...
You see the difference too?
Okay, now we see the difference in the weld.
See the clumpiness of that?
Yeah.
And then see how that is not as clumpy?
Okay, so that's an...
Here, let me...
Yeah, hit it. So basically, what I'm hearing is
this is a deeper weld right here.
This is low power, not enough power. Jesus, that's hot. I can just feel it. I can roast the marshmallow.
Don't touch it.
So low power has this chunky thing.
Well, yeah,
for whatever reason.
You want it's not really sinking into the metal. I'm gonna re-weld that and make it really deep.
Oh, like a nice true bond.
It'll be a big weld. Actually, let me hit this top part because I don't like it. Ready?
Yep. Oh, it's just only about 1,000 degrees.
Oh yeah, molten steel. It liquefies the metal and then bonds it when it cools off. It's a solid piece. So these two pieces are one piece of metal now.
I have to set it to a Celsius so I can actually get it to register because this won't go up to 1,000. Oh yeah, okay, so if we go up just a little bit, it drops to 100 right there.
I don't want it like messing up my engine. I'm going to measure where this is so I can match it on this side so they're identical.
Okay.
So I got to get a number out of... Oh, you got to be kidding me. 12 inches on center, dead on. That's insane.
And 12 inches is like, what?
It's a foot.
A meter? Oh, okay, okay.
It's 10 feet.
It's no. That's $5.
That is insane.
For a foot long.
Yeah. It's a Subway sandwich.
Hey, dude, Subway, if you want to sponsor us, we'll measure this with your sub.
That actually, that never happens. I do a lot of eyeballing, and usually things are pretty dead on, but they're usually not exactly 12 inches. That's cool. I think I may have nailed that one, buddy. It looks really about right. It's just tacked in place so I can...
And that is at 98, 90, 100 degrees Celsius right there on the hottest spot.
Dude, it's dead on, my friend. That's sweet. Now I can hit it with some welding, some real welding. The welding on this side is working so much better. It's just so much smoother looking. Yeah, it's grounding out nicely.
Oh, I see.
Go totally.
Okay, so there's those second welds on that side. And now you're cranking it up.
I want to attach a shock to see.
Okay, so we're going to attach a shock.
Hold on to the rig so it doesn't
snip.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
At a little bit of an angle. I don't want it to fall off. Okay. Yeah, a little issue here. I might have to.
Interesting. Put an angle on the filter?
Well, I had to move the engine forward.
Oh, I see.
To do the welding. Dude, this is awkward. Yeah, I could probably pound that on now. I need to take these out. I can't tell yet how the suspension's gonna be. Unless I was to stick something under that and let it down, you know. Actually, some grease on there would really help.
Yeah.
I should actually put some grease on it. I've got axle grease and everything.
Vicks Vapor Rub?
Anything slick will work.
Cleared up my sinuses too.
Yeah, I bet. This is gonna actually, I'm gonna move it so it points straight down because the gear is right in there.
Yeah.
And then the chain goes onto this.
Oh, so the engine's gonna be tilted?
I don't understand why it's not turning. Feels like something in here. These are at too low of an angle. The U joints. These shocks, I might have to. They might be mounted too low. Like, you know what would be sweet actually is if I cut these at some point, put a pipe inside there, and had some locking mechanism so I could adjust the suspension up and down.
Different terrain.
But I'm not at a position right. I think I'm a little late for that. I mean, I could always cut them off and redo it, but I hate doing that.
Yeah, are there spring clamps where you can squeeze those and reduce its
I have other springs too. I have lots of springs and stuff and different things I could do. See, I have these things that you put in actually down at the bottom. I could flip them actually, but they're a threaded body. You put the spring over it and then you can turn the thing and it lowers, it puts pressure on the spring.
Okay. Loads it up.
Yeah, and that can lift or lower your vehicle, you know?
Oh.
Yeah. I was thinking about putting the lighter weight springs on here, like cutting these at a point, like here, putting one of those sleeves on, and then putting the softer springs on, so it's like a dual rate shock.
So that's what they say when they say they cut their springs to lower their car?
Well, in that case, they cut them, and they don't put anything else in there, so it just drops the
car all the way down to the floor. Yeah. So they can take out their fenders on the speed bump.
Yeah, basically. Gonna hear it run?
I'll put in a sound effect.
Well, it's like doing something wrong. I have something not set right, I don't think. I gotta look at that piece again. It's kicking my butt. Start. off, on. I'll start. There we go. That's how the clutch works. Watch. See it right here? It's not working. Something's wrong. I don't know. I should kill it. Well, it runs. Something's not right though. Something felt weird. The clutch wasn't working right. I wonder if when I put this on, if it needs to be rejetted. You know? I don't know. So,
rejetted meaning
run. Oh, the carburetor has jets in them. It's called a jet.
You're supposed to open them up.
But it changes the air-fuel ratio.
Okay. So you open them up or close them?
You can put different bigger ones or smaller ones to change the amount of gas and fuel mixture.
Fittings or something crap.
Yeah, because it wasn't idling down. Maybe I could just turn that. That's the idle right there. Should I try it again with the idle screw down? My little... I should bolt it down. That thing's all over the place. I might have to change up the air cleaner so it doesn't interfere with the shock.
You should call up Michael for the bolting.
Huh?
Michael Bolton!
Oh, dude, you're killing
like again,
me.
not for the holiday.